My name is AUDREY O'Neill. I'm exercise rider and groom here at John Ox Racing Stable. I've been working for Mr. Ox for 24 years and I was working for Prendergast before that for 12 years, but when I stopped to have my kids I wanted to go back riding again, so my husband worked here at the time and he said, why don't you try John Ox for a riding out job, so I did. So I've been riding out here ever since and enjoying every minute of it. Yeah, my husband Jimmy O'Neill works here as well. He's assistant trainer, but yeah, it works out fine. There's plenty to talk about. But yeah, it's good, it's good. Typical days when I come in the morning, I'll go to the walk or take off my horse because it's been put on by the early morning staff, and I'll tack it up and I'll either ride it with the string or put it in the horse box and bring it up, whichever horse it may be. And come back, then I'll do that 2 lots, maybe 3 then for tea break, and then I'll do another 2 or 3 after tea break, whatever is needed. And then in the afternoons I do mains or grooming, so getting horses ready for racing and things like that. I like to see sometimes when you've had maybe a tricky one coming along or one with a bit of a problem, and you like to see it come forward and win a race. Your work hasn't been gone without something at the end of it, but it's great to see them win, and especially for the boss, because he leaves no stone unturned in his quest for perfection with them, so to get them to the races and to get a winner is fantastic. We've had some brilliant years and some fantastic horses have been through here, and it was great to have set up on them and exercised them, and some fantastic riders through here as well. It's been great. There's some great characters. Well, I exercised quite a few of the good horses, from Sindar, Alamshire, See the Stars as a 2-year-old, Moramara, lots of the good horses I'd ridden were exercised here. Yeah, See the Stars was probably one of the most perfect specimen of horses. He's a good temperament without being too quiet. He was a fine looking horse, and obviously he'd done everything he should do from his form, you can see, but he was phenomenal. The highlight of my career was obviously riding the Ladies Derby winner at the Curragh, the owner J.P. McManus, King Rod Lowry, and I beat Mr. Ox's horse, a short head. But now he was first to congratulate me.
Ah yes, well, Audrey's very experienced, of course. She's been here a long time. She's a long time working with horses. She's a very, of course, she's a very nice person. She's a very, she's always willing. She's interested in everything. She's willing to do that bit extra. She's always looking for something to do. She does a multitude of things here. She rides, of course, still. She's a good rider. She's lovely hands, really quiet style on horses. She's light, sits well on the horse. She's always been very useful, particularly riding fillies that are a little bit, that need somebody quiet. So she's been invaluable over the years. We couldn't really have a better employee.
It means the world to me to be nominated for a prize for doing something that you enjoy doing so much, and I'm just honoured to be nominated.
Hi, I'm James Rath and I'm head lad here in Lisdoyles in Kitestown, County Wexford for the last 10 years. Well, I was brought up with horses all my life, and it's just something I love to do. It's in the blood. I just love coming to work every morning and doing something different every day. The first day I started riding out in John Barry's when I was in school. I worked with him for 7 or 8 years. Then I moved to Liz 10 years ago now. Just got more experience with the horses, and she was an up-and-coming trainer, so I'm here ever since. Every morning I'm up around 5:30. I feed my own horses and all first. I'm in Liz's here then for 6:30. So I feed the horses and hay the horses and harrow the gallops. The rest of the lads are in then around 7:30. So we ride out 6 or 7 lots each then. So we're ready to go then by the time I have everything done at 7:30 to kick on. When I was younger, I always had a young pony. My father would buy a pony and just give it, he'd say, here, break that. You could go home then someday from school and your pony would be gone, it'd be sold. So you could, the next couple of weeks then, you'd have another one to break that. So that's where the breaking started. And I just love breaking young horses and getting them going and just keep everything relaxed and teaching them. I think it's important to teach them the right way when they're young and seeing them progressing onto the racetrack. And then maybe a horse that you ride every day. Maybe if they run well and they win, that's the exciting part. And then obviously making the owner happy and they come back and say thank you to you. Like. Obviously the highlight was Lavanda and Tan running well in Cheltenham with good horses here like Alpha Roth. He went on to win in Cheltenham. Chentenham, he went on to win. Just seeing all the horses progressing, going on to bigger careers. I have rode nearly 30 point-to-point winners. I hadn't got much luck, I had a lot of breaks along the way. But I love point-to-point and it gave me a good judgment from right now here. Now I can judge whether ground like a horse likes soft ground or good ground or what action they have and what kind of feel they give you. My father was a farrier, so I used to go around with him since I was 4 or 5 years of age and I learned a lot off him. So if a horse got gravel or a stone bruise or anything, I can just treat it here on site. You don't have to wait for the farrier to come. I love working with horses really. My wife says you're the only person that she knows that loves going to work. So it's not like work, you're just getting paid to do what you love doing. And you're coming to work with your friends and we have a bit of crack at the same time.
He's the first here in the morning for me and I feel as if when I'm not here that the place is in safe hands, which is hugely important for me. Can pretty much turn his hand to anything and I'm extremely lucky to have him. There's hugely talented people working in studs and racing yards, and it's wonderful for them to recognise all the effort that they put in and support this in such a good way.
This home issue was nominating me for the awards. I never thought I'd hear any more back. I didn't think anyone like me would get to the finals. It's brilliant from Godolphin and I'm delighted to be nominated for the awards. And it's brilliant to put on this night for everyone involved in racing.
Hi, I'm Josep's son. I'm head lad and rider in Patrick Prendergast. It was mainly the concentration of and the amount of horses and trainers that was here that just brought me here. Just obviously from home, knowing nothing, just sent loads of CVs, and I was lucky enough that one of the replays was from the Curragh and never moved since. That's about 10 years ago now. I had absolutely no English when I started, and well, 10 years on, hopefully it's a bit better now.
We had a couple of lads from Cork and that, and I think early on, Joe said to me one morning, "What language is that fella speaking?" And I said, "Joe, he's speaking English." So as I say, not only when you come to Ireland have you to learn English, but you have to learn Kildare and Cork and Dublin and the North, and as I say, for a small country, we've got some colloquialism, haven't we? Here?
Oh, I had a few little lessons as a young kid, but never really took on to it too seriously. And I was lucky enough to meet a man who was looking for a staff in a small yard. He took me on and literally I learned everything over there. Obviously it was a very small yard, it was only the man and myself. So we had to move on and there was no room for me there, so he opened the doors to me. He sent a great letter over to all the trainers here in Ireland, and that's where I am. Well, I'll come in the morning first thing, feed the horses, check their legs, make sure everything is okay, and then go through the board and sort out the loads with Patrick. And then I'll be riding out with the lads and make sure everything is tidy before we go home. Then come back in the evenings and again check the legs, make sure everything is right, any medications that might need to be done, and that'll be it. It's a great place to learn the trade here with Patrick. He'll take you under his wing and he'll just explain you how things work as well, so it keeps me learning as well.
I was a lucky fella the day Joseph walked in my gate, because at the time I was slightly overstaffed and I very nearly turned him away, but David Myerscough, he'd been working for him, David Myerscough told me, don't let that fella go, you know. So thanks to Dave, I suppose, too. He doesn't do late and he doesn't do absent, and he loves his horses, and I think outside of horses, you know, his only real interest is his family. You know, as I say, I depend on him and I trust him.
It was a great feeling, just the fact that he mentioned it to me first. Oh, I may nominate you, and that can't be, like, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. And he said, no, you're coming in, your dedication, you're every day here, never missed a day. So I was staggered, really.
We're all very thankful to Godolphin because, you know, this awards, it means a lot to Joe even to be nominated. He already considers himself a winner, but we're a small yard, and the other guys in the yard, you know, it's created a bit of a buzz. They're excited for him, and it's important these people are recognised. Some of them are so exceptional, and as I say, without them, sure, we have no industry.
Yeah, it'll be a great night out, that's for sure, and always good to meet new people, and especially from the trade, so looking forward to it.